Welcome to Deepest Well, an action roguelike where you're jumping into, well, a well, and you fight your enemies and see how far you can get fighting different bosses. Kind of bullet helly apparently as well. You're going to be making your own little deck of different weapons and whatnot. I haven't tried it yet. We're going to try it all here together today. It is still in early access, but it's supposed to be releasing in November of this year, so very soon coming out. So I wanted to go ahead and try it today, see what we think of it, and maybe we'll play it on full release when it does come out. So, got different effects here. You're going to build your run each time apparently. Fire sounds pretty sick. Spells inflict fire damage, but I mean, I feel like we need a better spell. Shoots a spell upwards every once in a while. So let's just take that, I think. And then, okay. So me clicking doesn't do anything. It's just going to go by itself. I'm actually turn my sensitivity down. Should I? Should I keep it up? I'll probably keep it up, I feel like. I usually turn it down like really low, all the way to like 400. Oh, I can like break his own shot with my shot. Can you get smacked? Sure. There you go. But that's when I play like shooters and stuff. So here, maybe we'll keep it up a little bit. Catalyst plus 2 damage gives you an additional jump. That sounds nice. Your projectiles divide into smaller parts when the enemy dies. Or attack speed. Let's just take the attack speed, I think. So I do only have 1 jump. I really like the art style. It was like the biggest thing that drew me to this when I saw it. It was actually in the Steam Next Best, and I saw a lot of demos that I went ahead and just put into my library so that I could keep in mind for when the Next Best ended, which it already did the other day. I could just go ahead and get some of them. Okay, so I think clicking does shoot faster. Seems like it does at least. Maybe I can just hold. Okay, I think holding. Okay, that makes sense. But it was just going by itself so slow, so it does auto shoot, but you can also make it go even faster. Pierce will be pretty good later, I assume. Heals to full, we don't need that right now. Just damage is never a bad idea. I think maybe a jump later will be really good. Now there is destructible like environments too. As you can see, the ground is kind of breaking in some of those parts. So part of me is like, should I break it? Because it's called Deepest Well, and then like jump down there, or eventually is it going to kind of jump down for me? I do have something with Q up there too. It says Q right there. I don't know what that does exactly. Extra health, damage, movement speed, maybe a little movement speed just so I can zoom around a little better. So maybe you can break one of these things. What do you do when you break? Oh, I like the little jump. Yeah, I really do like the look of it. Oh, there we go. Oh, Q turns it to auto shooting. So I don't have to actually shoot myself if I have Q on, which is what I just did. But I think I still have to aim myself perhaps, so that's completely fine. Enemies are slowed down on hit. I kind of like the idea of fire damage. Heals 2% of your damage. Ooh. I feel like in games like these, you really can't go wrong with getting some lifesteal, right? Like, that just sets you up really well. And there's a big gumball dragon. At least he looks kind of gummy, right? Like, when I see pink, I think cotton candy or gum. Or some good but these guys are just little red dudes. We kind of took them out. There's, looking at the Steam page, looks like there's little boss battles and stuff too. So I don't know exactly. Every structure is different in these games. Let's just get the pierce. I think that could really add up later. So maybe I should just keep kind of like mining down. I don't know. My guy's still shooting up by himself. And I can see a little lifesteal coming out, which looks pretty sick to me. I feel like staying high if you can, which might just be how you like to do your entirety of your life, just staying high. Can't blame you. The world's a crazy place. But also, in terms of terrain, I feel like it could be a really good choice for us, because then we can do the double jump like over somebody's shots. This does sound really cool. I just want more attack speed. I'm like, this is a rare though. Let's take a rare and then we'll double back and try to keep getting more attack speed, and we can get some damage too. But a lot of times it's like, if you're going attack speed, maybe you don't need as much damage because you're kind of just spamming shots. And I like that we can break their shots too. So if we get kind of some pierce, maybe we can break their shots. Yeah, see, since we have pierce now, we can break their shot with ours, assuming it does enough damage to their shot. I assume that's how it works, maybe. And then it just keeps going, hits them too. So we can get more pierce. And do we need another jump? Let's get one more pierce, then maybe we need more defense later on. I'm not quite sure. But I like the lifesteal that we have. Maybe a little more damage could be good too. And now's when I want to get like that mitosis thing and probably get our shot splitting. I feel like later it's going to be kind of hard to really focus on the enemies since they're above you. And usually in games like these, stuff's like on an even playing field with you, not necessarily like above you a lot of the times. Because the biggest thing I ever learned, yeah, the mitosis is going kind of crazy, huh? With these games is you need to like focus on your character model as much as possible. That's like the easiest way to survive, because you don't have like ammo usually in games like this, right? Actually, flail that spins around you, fiery spell. Let's get the fiery spell. I need to plug my headset in too also. It's gonna die apparently. And nothing's dying on my watch except for these enemies, because I'm going to be slapping their stinky little cheeks, which they might not smell. They could be completely fine smelling. I don't know. I shouldn't judge, right? But I mean, they kind of look like people have smelly cheeks. I also saw they just added in this version, which is like, ouch, 0.1.0, I believe it is, that they have like a shop in the main town as well now and stuff. So like there's a little hub after a run, it looks like. So maybe we'll unlock that, trying to get like too deep, but deep enough where we can get some gold brass, which we have picked up a little bit, and get some like meta progression. It looks like might be the case, so it might be kind of sick to do that. Maybe I should get another jump. Like, should we be focusing more on like digging and trying to get deeper, or do I just kind of let these guys go crazy on it? You know, just like straight bouncing on my hit? I don't know. Right now, I feel like we're doing fine. But yeah, one of the biggest things in these kind of games, especially like, you know, Bullet Heavens, which I really don't know why they don't have like a Bullet Heaven tag on Steam still, because Bullet Hells are more so the traditional, you know, game where it's just a bunch of bullets running at you, and then you're trying to dodge the bullets. And that's definitely happening here too, so it's definitely very bullet heavy, or helly, I should say. But Bullet Heavens are more like the Vampire Survivor craze that started, where you're the one shooting so much. Slow sounds nice. And your enemies are dodging you, right? And it's like, it's weird that there's no big distinguishing tags on Steam yet between those, because I feel like they're pretty good usually. Even like you can make like viewer or like, you know, customer tags sometimes, but it's not something I've seen, and I always find it kind of weird because they'll go and they'll be like, oh look, you like bullet hells, because I have a lot of these bullet heaveny, that was a good dodge, type games, and they're like, look, this one's a bullet hell, right? Oh, you like these? And I'm like, that's not like what I'd say necessarily. More continuous spells with like fire damage. I feel like, can I just get 2 of these? Is that what this is telling me here? So I can just shoot like 2 of them at once instead? Because that sounds pretty sick. I assume I probably need to unlock, I think it said once I do go to that shop in town and stuff, I can like unlock some out. Okay. Oh my god, dodge of a century. Different weapons, I think. So that would be a nice thing to do. Get some more items, maybe get some more cards too, perhaps. Music kind of starting to bump a little bit. Let's just keep getting more damage. I don't necessarily want this run to go like too crazy long, because I would like to see if I could unlock some stuff and get back in and use the new stuff. I think that would be pretty sick. But the enemy's blowing up right there with all the mitosis seems like pretty sick. Max health, mitosis. I mean, I like the mitosis. I feel like maybe we just keep going it, because we have, what, 2 or 3 of Pierce, 2 I think it says down there in the bottom. Just glancing at it really quick, which I feel like is doing enough for me right now. So if I just keep killing, then I don't know if I get the Pierce on the mitosis shots too, but if I do, then that's a pretty sick combo right there. So I feel like the mitosis itself is just like the right way to go, and then obviously attack speed is always going to be good, because we can just keep spamming shots. They get the Pierce, they get the mitosis, pretty sick combo, and everything's kind of burning too. I feel like that's getting pretty sick. I like the visuals for sure, where it's like they get more like dull, they're like more grayed out as they get lower health. That's like a good signifier, because in some of these games they don't put in a signifier for when enemies are actually like taking a massive amount of damage, when you're actually getting closer to killing them. And I think that's always like a big, like, whoa, did not see you coming. Hello there. Missed opportunity, because it's just really hard to tell sometimes when that's gonna be the case. Okay, that scared me. I was like, is that gonna keep going? Because I'd rather it did not. You gonna do it again? Which way are you going? That way that time? Okay, just keep dodging that. I don't know if I can break his shots. Look like maybe his are not breakable, or I just haven't been breaking them. Okay, it's got a little circle. You gotta find the opening with it. That's probably why you need enough attack speed. Straight beam on it. Okay, bro's got the mega nut, but that's fine. We all wish we can bust on it crazy style, but not everybody is built like that. I feel like we get high up here, and then we could dodge these when they come in. These are movement speed. Actually get out of trouble here. I don't know what your name is, sir. The Lunatic Sorcerer. I can glance and read that really quick. Get mogged. You're actually garbage with it. And I still have 67 HP. 6-7, as the kids say. Why do they say it? I don't know. I'm too old. Free reroll? I mean, sure. If it's free, why not? They keep throwing this flail at me. I'm like, okay, it's small. I was going to say, if they keep throwing it at me, it has to be like somewhat good, right? And maybe it is because more stuff will start swarming me. If it gets, maybe like if it gets that close, I'm like almost certainly gonna get hit, right? But maybe not. Maybe it could be good. Maybe I should keep upgrading it, but I'm kind of really liking the mitosis. I feel like we need to keep going like attack speed though, and get some regular damage as well. But we'll see. I don't know how much the game is gonna be on release either. It seems like one of those games that's probably like in sub $10 range. I mean, I could see it being 15 depending on how much content's in it. But usually these like smaller sort of indie-ish games stick around that price point of around sub 10, which I think is usually good because you go too expensive, you're just not gonna get the, you know, credit your game, in my opinion, a lot of times deserves, because it's just like people need to feel like your game deserves a shot, but at the same time, if they don't know enough about it, know how good it is, because maybe they didn't play this demo, and the demo will perhaps most likely go away. A lot of times people, they take these demos off once the full game is out, which I don't really understand why some developers do that. I don't know if that's like a thing where they have to, but it feels like something I see quite often. But I'm also not noticing like, no, I guess that is definitely shooting more of these as I unlock extra counterspell, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. We're doing pretty good though, for sure. I mean, we beat the first boss, so that's at least pretty darn good to me. Let's see if we can attack speed. I want to see like a rare attack speed pop up. Maybe I should actually invest in digging down. Like, does digging down really do anything? Is that a big piece of pizza? That's a guy with the bomb. Oh, he's like a parachuter. Parachuting in with the bomb on it. Oh, don't. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I respect that. I feel like the mitosis is going crazy though. I feel like that's been the smartest thing because it branches off and then it gives me a lot of life steal. Hello there, little dwarf. I see this is, I feel like when the, oh, I was trying to jump over that and not go too crazy. Flail can come in handy is when a tiny gnome boy is attacking me, which somebody who grew up in a small German village, you know, we've all been there. Critical hit chance? I feel like I need chance before I get damage, right? The critical hit damage isn't gonna matter if I don't have chance. I think I had maybe a little bit of chance, but nothing crazy, but this will get it there quicker. Yeah, you friggin' bat. About to be Halloween, these friggin' bats. Just a full health? Nah, I'm not built like that, gamer. I just wanna maybe die so I can do a second run with like new loot, perhaps? That's kind of like what I'm thinking right now. So maybe I'll survive until, well, just as long as I can, because I feel like maybe they'll just throw some craziness at me, which is completely fine. A guy like me, he likes a little bit of craziness in his life. Maybe more fire damage. I feel like the fire damage was going a little crazy. Maybe it slowed down, because maybe I stopped getting as much as I could. But now we could reinvest. Hello, little guy. Little gnome man. You can back off with it respectfully and all that. But one thing I'll definitely say, the visual style of this game, sick. It gives me, not completely this, but old, not Geometry Dash, but there was this game in the Xbox Live Arcade back in the day, and I feel like my cousin's watching this, he'll definitely know what it was called, because I'm forgetting right now, but he used to play it a lot. But was it? Yeah, I feel it had something to do with like geometry or whatnot. Maybe that is what it was called. But point being, you would like fly around, and it was kind of like neon like this, and it was always just a really cool aesthetic, a really cool style. And once I saw this one, I mean, the style of this is definitely what grabbed my attention in the Steam store, because I was like, that just looks really cool, which I feel like is a testament to games nowadays, because it's hard to really get a distinguishing look, I feel, nowadays when it comes to games, because so many of them, and I can't blame anybody for this, by the way, it's not like a big negative thing, but they use a lot of like default assets and stuff. That's just because there's a lot of people who are good at coding, but they're not artists at the same time. Maybe they don't have enough to pay an artist or whatever, so they just use that default stuff. Maybe try to learn like Blender or whatever if it's in like 3D, and I get that completely. Oh, what the frick? Bouncy particles, fragmented spells bounce on walls and decay much slower. Okay. So you're telling me my mitosis is gonna bounce off the wall. Oh! Yeah, no, it's just gonna become cool as heck. So you're telling me I need to definitely keep getting these, because when you have enough of them, they like evolve. Now that is what I love. I love when stuff like evolves in games. Like you get enough items, or items work off of each other. So now that I know that, I'm like, heck, can I get another tier of it? That would be pretty sick. Bouncy particle times 2. I suppose I can just get more mitosis and then use the bouncy particle with it. I mean, the lifesteal is definitely going absolutely nuts. So I feel like now we can probably start doing the critical damage. One of the things is like, do you have a bunch of crit chance? Maybe not. But if you have a bunch of attack speed and just a bunch of attacks going out, the more attacks you out, maybe you don't need as many. There we go. Cursed Skull, got another boss, but now we have Arc Shot, fire an arc of spells every 5 automatic shots. So let's see how that looks. I'll say our damage definitely slows down when it comes to something like this, because we don't have stuff to use our mitosis with, right? And use the bouncy particles, because we have to kill other stuff to get that going. So if you like summon stuff, that's honestly where it would be good for us. I feel like in this game it's going to be goated to just like go up to the tops and then have him try to run at us, and then you just kind of like jump over him. It's probably going to be a big thing to avoid a lot of enemies. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump over this though, but if I go now, oh god. I think I just hit the OWO on you, but yeah, I was not expecting that. See, like right here, I feel like I might as well just keep retreating back up, and then once he comes down towards us, we jump over him. And he'll probably reset here in a second, but I'm about to kill him pretty soon too. I mean, I feel like we're doing pretty darn good. That arc shot is going to be definitely good one because we have all the bouncing particles and the mitosis. That's where it'll go crazy. Oh, he just like kept coming at me without consent, and I was like, please get away from me. I'm going to keep doing attack speed because I want to get that one ranked up, and we have definitely a good amount of them. I don't know how many, I can't check right now because apparently I'm getting onslaughted by just everything that's ever lived, just like all of the enemies, just like they all decided to attack me at once, which is fine because I'm just filling the screen with every shot that's ever existed. Definitely took a lot of damage there though. Movement speed, more pierce. I mean, maybe we can get the pierce leveled up too. So we should have a decent amount of pierce as far as I'm concerned. And I'm definitely concerned. I do be worrying a little bit about things. Have you like checked out the state of the world recently? Kind of messed up. Okay, it was, I feel like a pretty darn good one. Wave 42. Let's see. Oh, there's leaderboards. So I did see this. They added leaderboards. That's pretty cool. So we have the leaderboards now. We're going to get a shop because I have almost 300 gold. So if the shop... we don't unlock the shop yet. Back to menu, leaderboards. Okay. Maybe the shop is unlocked at some different point, but I think we can definitely do at least one more run here. So let's go ahead and check one more out. I'm like... The flail seemed worthless, kind of, but if you get enough of them, you could level them up. You get enough lifesteal, you could level it up. Let's try to get fire spell leveled up this time. Let's look for that. I feel like the aim on this one's worse, but that's okay. We could still mitosis the fire spell. You know what I mean? Get pierce for it too. Maybe definitely one in pierce. I feel like is going to be a smart idea. And then after that, attack speed. And maybe just invest in damage, but then fire spell whenever we can. Like we can get continuous attack too, but then mitosis, like bouncing fire everywhere, so then everything's just on fire. And then we could like burn a bunch to get a bunch of lifesteal too. I feel like that could be the go. Maybe we could even rank up the lifesteal. Max health, attack speed. I do want to get the attack speed ranked up. I don't know how many of those I had last time, but I had to be 1 or 2 away from it ranking up if it had a rank up, because it's also entirely possible that common... I don't have my double jump anymore. Let's keep that in mind. Upgrades don't have combinations like the other ones do. I will say, one thing that I was looking at when I looked at this game is like, it talked about like the digging mechanics. It's like, oh, you can dig through these blocks and you go down. And I thought that was going to be more of a central tenet of the game where it was like, you gotta dig down, right? But I'm starting to notice like, no, you don't ever like, have to. And in fact, the destructible landscape is more so, I feel like, a thing for the enemies, where it's like they're usually going to be breaking stuff and you just kind of have to adjust to it. So you're not really going out of your way. There's a few times where I was breaking stuff because I was like, do I want to go deeper? Like I'm going to hit something worthwhile if I do keep going deeper? But it didn't feel like I was there. It felt like there was not really a point for me to ever like dig out. I guess some points I didn't have like the best jumping on there, like 1 extra jump. So I could have brought some blocks down so that I could jump up to them and give me some more like area to play around. So that's something to keep in mind. Like maybe that is the best part of it, or just like right there, like break that block just to like level some of the playing field out, so we have more like flat area to run on, especially when there's a bunch of like frickin' gnomes later on running at us, like friggin' gnomes and all that. I feel like just some flat ground is nice because you gotta shoot sideways at those little suckers. There we go. Now the mitosis is starting to pop a little bit. And the burn too. The burn is doing what? -2, -1s. I just want to see if the burn damage goes up or if it's just like you're shooting more of them. Because I'm not quite sure. It doesn't look like the burn damage went up there. So maybe I'm like, get a flat damage up, make it go crazy for the burn perhaps? Maybe crit too. Or if I keep getting fiery spells, I mean, we already have 4. I feel like, was it 6 last time maybe those things were evolving? I'm not quite sure. Might have to do a second video on this at some point. Maybe wait till it comes out and do it then, especially if it's one of these, you know, cheaper games like I think it might be. I do want attack speed and everything. Let's start going on that attack speed some more too. I do want more mitosis. Maybe like at least 1 more pierce should be good too, since the enemies are really starting to stack up a little more now. But I feel like the fire is doing pretty good. I don't know if the fire is going to be as good as the just regular continuous attacks were, because that was just good spam. I need to get a spring boost too, because I need to get at least 1 extra jump. Because that midair jump, I feel like I don't want to fight a boss without that. So last time, I think the first boss spawned like either around like, what, 10 or 15? I'm already on 13, so maybe it was like around 20. Because I think wave 42 we got to at the end there, so I think wave 40 might have been when we fought that skull boss. So perhaps every 20 waves you get a boss would be my guess right now. Just based off what we've seen. Yeah, the mitosis is still going crazy. I think continuous spell will go crazy, but we're committing to the fire. We have 5 fire. Little pointy guys here now. I don't like the pointy guy, but with some pierce, shouldn't be too annoying. And this is what I mean too. If you're like horizontal ground, this guy just gets kind of like booty clapped. And I know a thing or two about booty. I've never eaten one, but it's not because I wouldn't. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying that to like twist your titties here. Like I'm being genuine with you. I feel like honesty is the best policy, and like who wouldn't? You know, you try everything once, you know, but I don't think I'd make a job out of it. I feel like there's just better things to do with time than eating booty. You know what I mean? But no disrespect if that's just like your main way of relaxing or something, because you know, having good alone time really matters. You gotta take care of your mental health. I can't say I've ever heard of a therapist recommended eating booty as your way to cope with life's tragedies, but to be honest with you, it probably would get the job done. But I feel like maybe getting your booty eaten would probably. We can get off this tangent, but you know what I mean. Like I just feel like I wanted to be transparent with you there, even though our guy is not transparent at all in this game right now. In this game we call life. I don't like these little dudes, the spiky dudes. They're annoying because they're a little tanky. So maybe he's gonna get our flat damage up will be nice. But more attack speed is sick. I could get some more of the continuous stuff. Like last time I had continuous and I had fire. But this time I'm kind of just full ending on the fire. And I feel like now it's starting to stack up pretty good. So I'm feeling pretty happy with it. But okay, I was going to say, so that's 7 I think it was there. Or that was that 6. That says 6 right there. So I think it's 6. Fire now okay. Oh, different guy. Slime head. I'm not going to lie to you. This is exactly what my second girlfriend looked like. I mean, there's a reason we got rid of her, fellas. It's because she was a cheating. Yeah, well, she did look like this though. Okay, can I Frankenstein those? I think I can. I need to focus up on them though. Okay, the fire stacking seems kind of sick. He do be spitting on it. This guy is a much harder boss than others we've fought, I feel like. And I'm not just saying that to yoink your willy, but respectfully and all that, I would with consent. I hate when he do be spitting pink globs of goo at me, but if that's what he's into, I can't shame him. Well, I mean, I could shame him, but I just feel like it's not worth shaming him. Okay, I feel like that's the key with this one, is start high and then drop low, right? Yeah, start high and then you run under him and then you just book it to the other side. And if you do that, you can get under it and get away. Okay. I had to focus up there tremendously for a second. I apologize for being silent. But we did dodge those. We got out of it. And now we're alive. I like how we can just like keep beating it. You can't do that! You can't do that to a fella such as I! Nope, nope, no, not cool. Not cool with it. Not cool to any degree. Respectfully and disrespectfully, more so. Nope, 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 nope. Spit on it with someone your own size. Spit on it with someone your own size. No, 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 no. No, this is not how I wanted my day to go. Okay, we'll have to do one more because I was not expecting little bro to simply pop out of a man we've already defeated. I did say there was a shop in this version, but I'm not seeing one, so maybe it's just not quite out yet. I don't know. But I liked the fire. I liked what it was doing there. But I feel like maybe we really go continuous spell and fire, like try to get them both, but I feel like maybe doing continuous spell first, getting them together is just the way to go, just because continuous spell goes so crazy. Definitely want Pierce, maybe a little movement people to help us there. That boss was tough. So the bosses are random, which is interesting to know too. Some people made like 140 waves I saw on that leaderboard there, like 144 I think might have been the top, which is pretty sick. Keep the mitosis going so we can get some explosions up inside of it. But that was crazy. I thought I had him, and I was like, okay, at least we beat the first boss again. So that makes this run pretty successful in my opinion already. I should get some spring boots while I can early too, because we definitely want a double jump at the very least. Probably at least like a triple jump would be pretty nice. And then, you know, his slime fell off and he was just another guy. I will say that second attack was really hard to dodge. With the double lasers coming out with like incredible speed, a fella such as I can dodge something like that, but to do it over and over again with their velocity and stuff, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm simply not the guy for your mission right now. It's just, I respect you and all that, but it's just simply not gonna happen, pal. I'm not built for that at this current time. If I had a little more movement speed or something maybe, or like my lifesteal is popping a bit more, perhaps. But right there, I was like, nah, it's simply not gonna happen with it. Give it my best go though. Give it my best go. Well, that's alright. Hopefully, you guys excited for Halloween? What are you gonna be for Halloween? I'm gonna be a guy who sits in his house and doesn't engage with the holiday. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll drink some alcohol too or something. You can't go wrong there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, sitting outside, giving some kids some candy. Like, that's pretty pog. I gotta be honest. But at the same time, there's like, the kids don't trick or treat anymore. I don't know what happened. I feel like there's like too much community stuff going on. We're like, you know, the local YMCA is just having like a trick or trunk or something. Yeah, you ever heard of that? You should, and it's stupid. And then these kids just do that and they get candy there and they don't go trick-or-treating in their own neighborhoods. So then there's like no, but that's like a lack of community too when you think about it, because you're just losing neighborhood community for more broad community of like, you know, a county or a city or something. I don't know. All I'm saying is, when I was a kid, we all trick-or-treated. And we went out late too. I don't know what it is. The kids, well, I had a friend whose mom would make him start like before the sun went down. And me and all my friends were all just sitting there, like having dinner. And then when it got dark, you know, it's like, what, it gets like 8 o'clock, it's dark here, I think, Halloween time, around there. Then you go out, you trick-or-treat, maybe like 7:30, but you know what I mean? You wait till it gets dark, and then you start doing the damn thing. Like, that's how I think it should be, because it's supposed to be a little spooky. You know, I never really like the dressing up and stuff. I don't really watch like horror movies or anything. I don't get pleasure really out of getting scared. I feel like it's kind of like some self-punishment type stuff. So, you know, a guy might be in the BDSM, but doesn't mean he likes to watch horror movies. But, you know, both could be true for you as well. Point being that I should get another jump. I feel like you should start trick-or-treating once it's dark out. It just adds to the ambiance, you know? It makes the best memories when you're out there trick-or-treating. It's already dark out, you know, everyone's got all their lights on. It's just more exciting, in my opinion. So you see all these kids that are running around, it's like, still white out. I'm like, hey, that's just kind of, I don't know. It's not pogging with it. I get it for like a really little kid, you know? If you got like your 6-year-old or something, like, I understand it then. because you want to get him back home and asleep before it's too late. You don't need little Johnny coked out on sweet tarts while you're trying to go to sleep because you got a 6 a.m. shift the next morning. Like, trust me, makes complete sense in that aspect. But if you got like a 10-year-old, you know, let bro start at like 8 o'clock and you can go do the thing. I mean, a 10-year-old really can walk around by themselves. I guess it depends where you live. I guess where I grew up, you know, 10 years old, you're like, okay, I can walk around by myself. I understand the neighborhood. It's like, I think most 10-year-olds can. But, I don't know, I was never one for dressing up either. It's just not my cup of tea. Never understood it. It's like, I'm already as hot as I'm gonna get, right? Well, I mean, I guess I could get hotter. That's very true. I could get uglier, but why would I purposely make myself uglier for this holiday? You know, like, you're already lucky you get to take in my visage at any point, and now you want to put on a costume and cover it up? Like, I don't know about that, pal. Maybe, maybe you rethink that one. Wait, don't I have 7 mitosis? Why didn't it combine? Do I need s'more? Do I need s'mores? Because I do love, I'll tell you right now, I love s'mores. That is like goated part of the winter is getting to make some s'mores. I will tell you that right now. I'll tell you that forever. Let's keep going for some peers, I feel like. Maybe I need 1 more mitosis. Maybe it was 8. Maybe you need 6 for the rare stuff, and then maybe you need more if it's like an uncommon or whatever this one is. I'm not quite sure, but that's my theory anyways. But, you know, that's just a theory. A game theory, I don't know. Never met the guy. But I mean, who didn't watch a ton of game theory when they were a kid? Are you just like the slowest bro to ever do it? I feel like I'm not hitting as hard as I was the first time I beat him though. So, oh, you did not use that attack the first time around. I feel like I'm not, yeah. I wasn't on auto that whole time. I have been holding that on the mouse, to be honest with you, even when I'm on auto. But I feel like I'm shooting faster now that I'm on auto. It does turn itself off each run, so keep that in mind. The hitbox for that looks non-deceiving. I'm pretty sure it is the edge of that circle. I feel like... yeah, I feel like I'm doing more damage to you when I'm like right under you, I feel. You just be spinning on it? I mean, bro's spinning on it. We gotta respect that. Any man who's worth his salt has spun on it a few times. I'll take that out of context. But then again, do you even really know what my context is? Probably not. You probably don't want to know. But this guy seems like a Jerry. Ooh. Yeah, whatever. I've dodged crazier attacks than that before. Yeah, I know this guy who literally just throws out like insanely fast double beams out of his eyes. And I'm pretty sure your eyes, Jerry, don't do anything respectfully and all that. So really, when you think about it like that, you're just not quite matching up to your brethren. So maybe get on that. I mean, look at this. You're just literally slowly falling at me, and you think that you're like that guy? I'm just thinking like you're not gonna be that guy when that's how you're dealing with it. I'm trying to like split between more abilities here that I have in other runs because I feel like I want to get more of them upgraded. And I don't know, this seems like one of those where yesterday we played Schedule, right? You can go watch that one, it'll be on the end screen after this video. And it was really fun. But in that game, it was one of those where you want to have as many abilities as you can, because the more abilities you had, like the stronger you felt. Because just leveling 1 ability, it was not really enough. You needed to get at least like, I'd say like at least 4 abilities, but usually you were up to like 6, it felt like. But in this game, it seems you kind of want to get 1 ability maybe, and then like some nice passives, and get geeked on those, and that's really what's gonna get you going crazy. And I know it's probably crazy to pull out the word geeked on that, but I do gotta, oh, all right, you know, Jerry, respect, that was actually really sick. You got me on that one, pal. You got me on that. I thought you were doing the slow fall. You picked up your head, and you hit me with the old block throw. So you know, oh, you little guy, you're styling on me. Honest to God, my ear itch is really bad. Here's where I can figure out if I really have to touch my mouse or not. Seems like maybe. No. I feel like you're gonna stop breathing before you get here. Yep. But I feel like standing under you is the best way to DPS you. You gonna drop? No, no, no. Maybe you're gonna drop after though, because it feels like you are built to deceive me. But we can keep doing the loop-de-loops on you. Not too worried about it. But yeah, in this game it seems you really want to focus. Okay. Maybe like 1 or 2 abilities and then jam on the passives. Obviously, there's not that many like weapons. That's what we want to call them, spells, I guess. Really in the game at this point, which is fine. There's probably more like in that shop, like I said, because I was reading the Steam page, and it showed that it had a shop in it, and it said it was this version. So I was like, okay, there should be the shop, but then I haven't seen it in here, so that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I'm really glad I got an extra jump this time around, by the way. It's helped me immensely. Word of the day for you there. It's the way I describe your mom as well. You want to do a little slammy slam? Oh, you want to do a little fire breath. Okay, you got that hot Cheeto breath. Respectfully and all that. Okay. Yeah, this one's taking a lot longer to kill him the first time. And I feel like the first time, too, I had all that mitosis, too. And so I was like, with all this mitosis, it might be harder to fight him because he doesn't spawn any little underlings or anything. But, no, apparently, even like this, it's just somehow takes longer. Maybe I'm leveling my damage less than I did last time, too. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think the map, like, sneakily descends, too. Like, you do go deeper in this deepest well. But with enough of the ground breaks, but, like, you don't even really notice it. Like, more of the wall will expose. Yeah, get smacked, and you're an idiot, and you also look stupid, if I could say so. Okay, I was gonna say, that's 8, so I'm thinking this will evolve then. Wish I could have had that in that fight, but actually I don't think it really would have made a difference. Maybe, maybe not. But now we can really start beelining it, like maybe on just the continuous spell, or some, ugh, I don't know. These guys aren't dying. Maybe I just need some raw damage, or we'll just die, or I'll just die while we fight. Either way, that was a very fun one. I might have to play some more of this game if we can. Oh, there's the shop right now. So you know what? I think we'll look to revisit this game very soon because there is some different stuff we can get here in the shop. That sounds pretty darn cool. So if you're interested in the second episode, make sure you leave me a comment, make sure you leave me a like, and most importantly, subscribe so you can get it straight to your subscription box when I do make a second episode, because I would like to revisit this, I think, and I might even revisit schedule. There's a few games here that we have not gotten all the juice out of them yet, so I'd like to squeeze this game a little more because now that we can get some different weapons, it seems pretty sick to me. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do, like I said, leave that like, leave that comment, leave that subscribe. That's going to do it for me today. So as always, have a great day.